Good morning, coolest coast. It's time for Coffee with Kristin and Tina. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We're your hosts. This is Kristin Odell. I'm Tina Prigge. So happy to see you this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is a very dark and stormy morning.
Look at how dark it is.
I feel like I just got in the summer groove. And I think this happens to me every year. I just get into like the groove of summer and then voila, it is September and it's time to pack it up.
I know we don't want it to end. Don't end. Actually, even last week, I felt like the air was starting to change. There was like that little bit of crispness, fall saying hello.
Yeah, and like the crickets sound different at night. It's almost like a farewell song to summer or something.
Yeah. Do you hear frogs at night?
You know what? I haven't recently. I heard them earlier in the season. Do you
Hmm.
still hear them this late in the season?
I don't know. Can I listen tonight and let you know?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to think about if I have. I definitely heard them camping a couple weeks ago, but like, have I heard them here? I'll have to think about that.
The crickets were so loud the other night. I could hear them in the house without any windows open. I was like,
Mm.
wow.
Yeah, we've actually had a cricket in our garage for like a couple of weeks, and I want to like search him out and say like, "Go, there's a better place to live than right here in our garage. I promise. There's fresh air." And but I mean, what do crickets eat? Do they eat other insects?
That's a really good question. I never thought
And
about cricket diet.
insect cannibal, right? I don't know.
I
Like,
mean, it kind of makes sense. Like little, I don't know, mosquitoes, mayflies. I don't know.
so if that was the case, there's probably plenty to eat in the garage.
Do you think they eat spiders?
I don't know.
Or
I
do you
mean,
think
from the size
spiders
of
eat
the family,
crickets?
that would make sense.
I have this image in my mind of your little cricket grabbing his top hat and a cane and like, hello, my darling, like dancing out of your garage after you invited him to leave.
Yeah, I mean, I don't crickets don't they don't hurt anything, so
Oh, Mary said I heard them when I was up north this last weekend. Okay.
I was thinking just about, like, your where your new house is. You're at such a spot where there's water and things around that, like, it would feel like a really good spot to hear frogs croaking in the night.
Yeah, it was earlier in the summer. I just haven't heard them recently, but I'm going to take note too. If you're going outside tonight, I'm going outside tonight. We'll have to get back to each other on
Instead
that.
of taking time to smell the roses, we're gonna take time to listen for the frogs.
I love it. I love it. Hey, Teak was just in Japan, speaking of spiders, and he shared this video with me. There was a spider, I'm not kidding you, it was almost as big as my hand that was on the wall. And
Do you
and
have
you
the video?
I don't have it. I've asked him if he'd share it with me. And he hasn't yet. I don't know if he won't because he doesn't know whom I'm going to share it to. But you can hear people like kind of screaming in the background and like, oh, get it, right? And so his buddy takes off his flip flop, and I'm like, oh God, that flip flop does not look like it's going to be sufficient enough to deal with this spider, right? Like
Yeah,
this is like a
because this is
meaty.
like a tarantula size?
That's what I said. I said, is that a tarantula? And he said he thinks it's actually a huntsman, which doesn't sound much better to me.
Yes.
Um, so this buddy takes this like, flip flop. It's more than just a flip flop. It's like one of those Nike shoes, right?
Yep.
He takes it and like goes for the spider. That spider races across the wall. It's like a mouse running across the wall. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Was this where they were staying or outdoors or
It was inside. Yes.
I would not be able to go to sleep.
Hey, per Google, thanks, Barb. Crickets eat anything and everything.
No wonder they're tap dancing. They're so happy. They're the cleanup crew. The cricket is definitely happy in the garage then,
Nice.
right? Maybe our garage has less mosquitoes and flies. This came up in a conversation yesterday. How annoying are the black flies in the house right now?
Oh,
We've had a couple sneak in just, from working outside and whatever. And somebody told me yesterday their kids left the patio door open for a while, maybe too long of a while, and they had like 20 in their house. They're just so pesty and gross.
yeah, yeah. At least in this season, they start to slow down, don't they? They get a little easier to swat.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't feel like it.
What really bothers me are the wasps.
Yes.
I wish they would leave me alone.
Yeah, but they don't feel as dirty to me.
But they
Like,
feel more menacing.
Yeah, like they can hurt you, but they'll just kind of move on. Or if they like land on, somebody said yesterday, if a wasp lands on your food and then leaves, like they'll still eat it. You just want them to shush on. But if flies land on your food, then you're like, ooh, I'm not eating that.
Yeah, right. It's a different
Why,
level
you
of
know, right?
gross.
Where else have you been, Mr. Fly? And what, like you're gross.
Mary said, I got rid of at least over a dozen. I was using my zapper a lot lately.
I love that. Okay, see.
Does that thermocell you were telling us about, does that help with flies?
I mean, it does help you if you're like outdoors, but it's not going to like kill them and knock them out in the house. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't work like a zapper. It just
Yeah.
wards them away.
Yeah, the zapper is so Mary just commented. It's like a little tennis racket and it's kind of like got the thing that would be in like a bug zapper and you just swing it and it like
Oh, you
kills
sort
the
of
fly.
wand it after them, almost like a fly
Yes.
swatter? Or,
Like a fly
oh,
swatter, but powerized, electrolyzed, bug
interesting.
killingized.
Is it butane powered? Do you like click
No, those are battery powered, I'm pretty sure, but I'm sure Mary will tell us.
it? And then, Mary, do you set it down? Is it like an on-off switch? Do you have to be careful? What is using it like?
Do you think the butane curling iron would work?
Click, 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 click.
I feel like that would be slow.
I'm so glad I was able to find that and share it with
I
you.
did have somebody recommend that I purchase a butane curling iron and we have you curl your hair on air with the butane curling iron since they're still available. What do you think? Are you up for it?
I don't know that I still have any hair curling skills. I'm not sure. Oh, Mary said that there is an on-off switch,
Yeah, it runs on battery.
and it's battery powered.
There you go. Okay, so if any of you are like us and you're struggling with the flies right now, get yourself a zapper.
So that means you could use it inside too,
You
right?
totally can use it inside. Yeah, it's a inside outside. It might even be intended for inside.
Mm. Would you use one of those like when you're camping? Take it along in your camper?
Maybe you could be like,
Fly swatting ninja. It's
you're
like a new
welcome.
sport.
You're welcome for that. Hey, back to the boys' Japan trip. What was the highlight? Would you say? What did you hear buzz about when they got back?
Oh my gosh, they talked about so much. I mean, I think they really loved the people that they connected with. I think they really loved the food. They really loved being able to like shop around. They were excited about some of the little souvenirs they brought. Like Teak, I don't know if you can see this, but it's a set of chopsticks and it's got Hello Kitty. He
Oh,
knows I love Hello Kitty, so
that is so cute.
yeah, it was so sweet. Like when he got in the car, it was one of the first things, like, Mom, I got you this. Like, okay, wait, tell me about the trip first. Hold on.
Yes. Will you use those to eat just Japanese or Asian inspired food, or will you use them to eat other things like grapes or Cheetos or I don't know what else?
You know what? That's so funny. I've never eaten anything not Asian with them. I never even considered it.
Mind blowing opportunity.
I love that how you're thinking outside the box
Yes.
there.
Once upon a time in my earlier years, the only way I would eat Cheetos with somebody that I was with was we would get two bowls out and two sets of chopsticks and we would always eat them. So then your fingers don't get cheesy.
That is brilliant. That solves like an age-old problem.
It does. And it's super good practice for eating with chopsticks for real. Like it's
Yeah,
low risk, right? But
right. Right. That's a great idea. Because I remember when I went to college in Chicago, I would take the bus to go to my job. And one day I was on the bus and there was a woman and she had a huge bag of Cheetos like nestled in her arm and a book. And so she'd like eat the Cheetos without chopsticks. So she was using her fingers, so they're getting all cheesy. And then she'd lick her fingers and turn the page of the book, and you could just see the orange like streaking across the pages. I was like, like I'm still traumatized by that memory of
I
just
this is clearly such a distinct memory for you.
I couldn't I was like flabbergasted, right? Like,
That's
do you
like
not see
30,
what you're
20
doing?
years ago. Is that 30 years ago? 35 years ago?
Yeah, just about.
Isn't that crazy that like something can just trigger such a distinct memory and moment in time?
Yeah, I think I have, like, 0 other memories from riding the bus. And you would think, like, riding the Chicago City bus, you'd have a ton, right? But nope,
Right.
it is this woman eating Cheetos, reading a book. Oh, it was all going wrong.
Oh, I love that.
I love that you eat Cheetos with chopsticks.
I mean, I don't really eat Cheetos a whole lot anymore, but it is really fun to do that.
Could you eat cheese balls too? Those, like, cheesy poofs?
Yeah, I think that would be super I feel like that's next level. So maybe you start with the Cheetos Puffs because they're bigger, and then you could graduate to regular Cheetos. And then, really, if you wanted a real challenge, you go down to the little circle balls.
I love it. Viewers, do you like to use chopsticks? Have you used them? And do you eat anything fun or unique with them? Let
Yeah.
us know.
I mean, I feel like eating cubed cheese and fruit cut up, and like you could use them for a lot of things. I think it would be just really like a fun way to practice and maybe a way to eat more mindfully.
Right, right. It does promote a mindfulness.
Right. Because Carrie Carbon has talked with us many, many times about slowing down, like putting your fork down in between and like really taking time to like pay attention to what we're eating and be in the moment. So maybe this is a way to have a little win win.
I love it. I love it. Hey, speaking of slowing down,
I know. Make it stop. This is my girl Grace
since
driving herself to school yesterday.
what did she say about it? How did it feel? Was she pretty
Yeah,
excited about it?
I mean, she's been driving herself around town now for, almost a month actually. And so she's very comfortable doing it. But I think it was weird for all of us to like, okay, bye, I'm leaving. Like, it's a weird thing.
It's so empowering to have your own vehicle to roll up to high school.
Yes. Yeah. And it was, like, okay, you've got to get your paperwork filled out so you can park in the student lot because we, would rather not have it out on the road. And because you just don't want to
Because she
risk
goes to Lincoln, right?
goes to Lincoln. We don't want to risk it being the roads are really narrow around school and like, just a mirror getting whacked off or getting sideswiped a little bit. Like it's not worth it. And so she, came home yesterday and she's like, yep, they said with this week we can park, in the lot without getting ticketed, but I got to get that paperwork filled out. And so last night she got it out and did it. And, it's just weird. It's a weird thing because you're so incredibly happy and excited and proud of like what they're doing independently. Like, oh, look, they actually are doing things on their own. And, maybe just there's a little window of light. We've done a good job, right? And then at the same time, it's like, no, don't. Like yesterday, I have a video of her driving down our driveway and pulling off and going by herself. And it's just like, no, I don't want her to go by her. She can't go to school by herself. Doesn't she need me?
So momentous.
Right? So, yeah,
Wow,
it was good.
congratulations. What is she driving?
That is a Subaru Outback.
Nice.
Not a new one. It's got a lot of miles on it, but it's like the perfect in our minds, the perfect kid car to be driving around town, going to work, doing things with friends. It's safe. She can haul her. She's a catcher, and so she can haul her giant bag of stuff for softball with her, and
Yeah.
yeah, so it's fun.
Betsy says
Yeah,
starting to adult. Yep, that's
good
the
morning,
perfect way to
Betsy.
describe it.
That's right. So she did great. She drove herself to work last night and came home, and it was just fun to like sit down to dinner last night and be like, "Huh, we're all here." I didn't have to run around quite as much like a crazy person, so it's neat.
It's interesting because it gives you a little bit of your freedom back then too.
Yeah, I mean, like I had an opportunity yesterday to like make dinner for the family, and Nora and I went grocery shopping, and we just did some. Not that we couldn't have done that, but it just would have been a bit more chaotic. So it was nice. It was nice to get kind of dinner prepped before we had other activities last night. So it's a weird thing.
Yeah, it's weird, like as a mom, right? To sort of witness that transition, you really hold dear all of those precious moments from when they were little and like snuggly and, little fat cuffs that you could kiss and everything, right? Their little cheeks and everything. But it's also amazing to witness them becoming adults and to spend that time with them.
Right.
And it also then frees you up, right? Like I kind of remember this distinct transition where I wasn't mom 100% of the time. I sort of got to become Tina again. And I was like, oh, wow, this is cool.
Yeah, I'm not quite there yet. But yes, there's these windows. And, especially with her, like last night, then I took the dogs for a walk and then she's like, hey, I'll go with you. And so, normally I would have had windshield time with her in the car. And so we didn't have that, but she still like, said like, hey, I want to go do this with you. So that was pretty a fun way to end the night.
Yeah. Oh, that is awesome.
But yeah, it's a unique and, exciting, fun thing. So
Hey, I beat my dad in a game of cribbage last night.
bravo. Bravo. Was he mad? Did he throw the deck of cards or anything?
Oh, no, 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 no. He's a very, very good sport.
I love that.
And he knows with cribbage it goes both ways. And I think he just knows deep down that you and I can't beat him and Doug. So
I will be looking at our calendars today. I've literally had a post-it note on my desk, friends. Cribbage with the Priggies.
Awesome.
I just had to wait for all the schedules for all the children to come in. And
Oh,
now
he'll be glad about that.
I
I,
know.
I have to stay. I have to stay honed up though because I beat him today. The other day we played and we each won a game. So
I'm rusty. I've probably not played in months. So I
wow.
better get warmed up. I can't be the slacker. I can't slack and let you down.
Maybe this is a whole new season, right? Like we start this fall winning.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be super amazing. Luke.
Luke said, I played 8 games of Uno with my 12-year-old and won one. This is why I don't gamble.
Man, that is rough. That's a rough go of it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned early on not to play like Monopoly with Teak or any of those like sort of higher stakes games. I was terrible and he was just
Really?
cutthroat. Yeah.
Do you think it's just because kids' brains work different that, like something like Uno?
Hmm.
I'm curious about it. Like in
Yeah.
theory, we should be more rational thinkers and be able to like get get through winning somehow.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, Luke, when you're playing and you've got like a pick four or something, do you hesitate to play it on your 12-year-old? Like, do you play kindly or are you playing like,
Cutthroat.
yeah,
Nora and I played Skippo last
I
week.
don't know this game.
Oh my gosh. You play cards 1 through 12. You have like a pile that you have to get rid of. That's the goal of the game, but you discard and get other cards. And I think we played 3 games and I beat her all 3 games. And after the first one, she's like, we're playing again. And after the second, she's like, playing again. And after the third one, she is like, I'm done. I don't want to play anymore.
She didn't like your ruthless playing. Luke said he is ruthless.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
All right.
So these are legit wins is what I'm hearing by the 12-year-old.
Yeah. I don't know, buddy. We're gonna have to get your Uno skills up to par, it sounds like.
That's right. That's
No,
right.
but that's how it goes with the game, right? There has to be a winner and there has to be a loser.
That's right. And holding back on your kids and not playing legit doesn't help them.
Right.
These are lessons in life, right? Around a little deck of cards.
Right. And it's also even larger metaphor, right? Like in life, you never know what hand you're going to be dealt, but the
That's
hand that
right.
you're dealt is the hand you have to play. And so you have to play it the best that you can.
That's right. Hey, Tina, I saw a picture. I think it was from yesterday, but I was not on Facebook a whole lot over the weekend. You had another meeting with some of your amputee doctors.
I did. It was interesting. I
Yeah,
met
you
them.
were rocking two prosthetics in this picture. Like, how's
So
it going?
it's the first time that I saw both of them at the same time. I do have my real hand back. Wow. Oh,
Yay.
that's funny. Real hand.
I know.
It's not a real hand. It's like my real issued hand. Is it? Can I say that? I had a loaner for about a month.
It is your real hand. It's the new version of your real hand.
The new real me. And the last time when I taken it in for the service, he said, next time you come in, I want to see you walking in. I'm like, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So
What does
yesterday,
walking it mean?
oh, because I was seeing the hand guy last time, and so I was using the wheelchair.
Okay.
But he's also aware of the leg prosthetic too, right? And they work closely together. So he was just trying to encourage me, right? Like,
Nice.
next time, let's see you walk in here. So yesterday when I went, I used the walker. I didn't take the wheelchair at all. I walked in, we had to plan extra time, right? We had to arrive maybe 15 minutes early, but I walked in, and so they kind of cheered me on, and then we'd made some tweaks there, and it was really good.
That is incredible. I saw your video on working on your gait. So like the way that you walk is more even, or I want to say more normal, but like,
Yeah, yeah, like, if you think about when you walk, right? If you're walking, like, from here to the end of the driveway, for example, you don't, like, take a step and stop, and then take a step and stop, and take a step and stop. But,
right.
like, learning how to use the prosthetic, that's kind of the level I'm at, right? Where you take a step and you have to figure out, okay, how to move. So what I'm working on is trying to keep the walker moving. I want to hear the sound where that walker doesn't stop. And
Mm,
so that's like I'm trying to improve the fluidity, right? Where it's like
sure.
the continued walking rather than the stop and start and stop and start.
Right. And how easy or difficult is that to do?
Well, there is nothing easy about it at all. There is nothing easy about this whole process. All the videos that I watch that make it look like people are having an easy time, it's not easy. But the more I do it and the stronger my muscles are getting, like every day I feel just a little bit of improvement. The fact that I was able to walk into that building yesterday using the walker
Right.
was still a huge achievement, right? Like that was a level
Yes.
up.
That's so cool. And I would just think like both of those doctors, like, first of all, who knew that like your doctor for a hand is a different doctor than the doctor for your leg? Again, so interesting.
I
Things we
know.
don't know in day to day life, right?
Right.
But that they get to sit back and cheer you on just seeing you doing those things. Like it has to be so exciting.
Yeah, I mean, they have the huge smiles in that photo, so,
Mhm.
and it's funny because when I first had to connect with the clinic and find the upper extremity specialist, I checked in Green Bay first because it was literally down the block from my rehab hospital. They're like, we think that she's done one." I'm like, "Oh, no, no, no. I am not gonna be somebody's first rodeo. I don't even wanna be somebody's second rodeo. Like, I need an expert on this."
Yes.
Yeah.
So did you have to go? Are you in Madison,
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you for like seeking out and advocating for yourself, right? I mean, I think there's a good lesson in life that like, hey, if I want somebody experience, I'm going to do the research and really look for this, look for the right fit.
Yeah.
That's so that's so incredible.
Thank you.
And I would imagine as a doctor, seeing a patient that has such a great sense of positivity and determination is also just a breath of fresh air.
I mean, they say that it makes a difference, right? They say that it's, I don't know, speeding up my recovery, although nothing about this feels speedy at all. But,
Right.
and that's why I have to keep reminding myself, don't compare myself to others. There's, no two situations are alike, right? So as long as I can keep feeling those little ticks of progress, I'm
Mhm.
doing the right thing.
Well, and again, they have perspective where they don't see you in between. So when you come in, they're able to give you insight that you can't see yourself in those little smidges every day, right? You know what you're doing, but like you're not conscious about it. But like for them, they might see you and then not see you again for a month or a couple of months, and all of a sudden they're like, "Whoa, this is amazing!" Right? It's just a really nice validation point for you.
Yeah. And it requires doing the work, right? Like I can't just sit around and then show up for the appointment.
That's
Every day I've got to be doing the exercises and the practicing. And now I'm trying to get my mind around, can I walk with a cane? Right? Like the
mm,
next goal is to be able to set that walker aside and just support. But that's terrifying.
yeah.
So
So physically possible, mentally difficult.
yes.
Ooh, I mean, how many things in life are like that?
I mean, so many when you think about it, right? We mentally get in our way so often.
Yeah, the fear factor around it prevents a lot of people from like taking the leap on pretty incredible things, right?
Yeah. I try to remind myself, why introduce doubt where there need be none,
Mm,
right? Just set that aside and go for it. But
yeah.
easier said than done.
I didn't get to finish it. I was listening to a podcast today. It's a bit of optimism. It's Simon Sinek, and then Dr. Arthur Brooks was on, and he was talking about just people finding joy and happiness in life. Like he actually teaches a class on happiness. Arthur Brooks teaches a class on happiness. And one of the things he was talking about is if we approach everything in life like an entrepreneur experience, entrepreneurs like throw themselves in, they say yes to everything, they work incredibly hard on the front end, and then eventually like the fruits of their labor, show up, and at some point they kind of settle in. And what they were saying is if we approached everything in life like that it was this entrepreneurial startup and we have to just really lean in and hustle, how we could really work through some of that fear and really like jump in on so many things. But so many people aren't willing to do that hard work up front to like get going, to say yes to everything and to do the hard work. And I'm like, man, that's good stuff.
Yeah, right, right. Because there's like some uncomfort usually
Oh
with
yeah.
doing that hard work, right? But that's where the satisfaction truly comes from too.
Yes. Yeah. And he literally said in there, he was talking about Simon Sinek as a public speaker and saying, in the beginning, Simon said yes to everything, whether it was like 6 people in a home that wanted to pick his brain and ask him questions or like legit being on stage. But he wanted to be a speaker, a keynote speaker, and you have to get your reps in. And I was like, yes, you have to get your reps in, which is actually what you're doing at home. You're getting
Yeah.
your reps in, right?
Yeah. Ah, that's good perspective.
Isn't it? And I'm like, just for like, I listened to 20 minutes or 15 minutes of a, hour and a half long podcast. So I'm sure I'll have more nuggets for you next week. But,
Awesome.
that kind of smacked me today. And I was like, oh, that's so good.
Yeah, get your reps in. It's not magic, right? Like there's no such thing as an overnight success. It's
That's
all
correct.
about putting those reps in.
That's correct. And most times when you're looking at somebody else and it looks easy, there's been a ton of reps behind the scenes you haven't seen.
Yep.
Right.
Hey, speaking of, you were listening to a podcast, I was reading a book yesterday and it was a thriller. And
Mm.
I often don't read that type of genre, but I was like, oh, I can't stop. I just got to keep. And so all of a sudden, Teak was like, Mom, you're up kind of late. I'm like, oh, do you think so? I'm just trying to read this book. And I look, I'm like, oh, it's 1:30. I see what you mean. Like, I never stay up that late.
Wait, tell us the title.
And I'm not necessarily recommending it, but it's called Parents Weekend. And
Okay.
and it was just a I don't know, kind of a fresh take on a thriller, and, I enjoyed
Can
it.
you define thriller?
Like a mystery,
Okay.
right? There was a mystery that had to be unwound.
Got it.
Um,
Was it thrilling? You've answered our question. Thank you.
It was enough that it kept me going. Like, when I put it down, I'm like, "No, you know what? I'm just gonna finish it because I didn't wanna keep thinking and speculating in my head of who done it, right? Or how it
Sure.
would wrap up. But once I got to the end, was I like, "Oh, this is awesome. I can't wait to tell people to read this." No, right? But I did enjoy the process, I guess.
If you had read the beginning before you started, would you have still read the book?
Huh, I don't know. I don't know. I guess because I don't often read that genre,
Mhm.
it hooked me in.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, I did find this meme too that I have to share, speaking of books. It's the little known cousin of Eric the Red, Bjorn the Well-Read. Oh, dibs on pillaging their library.
I love that he's got the spindle pencils
Spindliest.
in legs, clearly no muscles. He's the only one wearing glasses in the whole group.
Bjorn the Well-Read.
That's right. He has no long hair or facial hair. He just has short hair apparently. Like, oh my gosh, so funny.
Are you reading something currently?
I am. I can't tell you what the title is. This happens all the time. People are probably like, Kristin, you never know the title of the book. I don't know what it is. I'll tell you. I did also finish the Housemaid series by
Oh.
McFadden. And I would say those were good, not great, if that makes sense. Like, I enjoyed them. They're fairly quick reads compared to some of the other things that I read. Good morning, Wendy. But I wasn't like, ooh, that was really good.
Mm.
And in a lot of cases, like the underlying topic, there's like abuse things in the scene that are contributing to things that are happening. I don't know if that I love that.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
So I have read a few of her books. I've enjoyed some of them, but also I found if I read a few back to back, it kind of starts to feel formulaic.
yes, 100%. I agree with that completely. Yeah, I read two. Then I read a book in between, The Silent Patient, a patient. Um, and so I kind of like went back to it and I'm like, oh yeah, that's very familiar. Like, oh yes, I get that. I am reading How to End a Love Story.
Oh, what kind of book is that?
Um, hmm. So far, it kind of like maybe it's a little bit of a light romance thing. I don't really know where it's going yet. I'm curious.
Okay.
I haven't
Was
read
it
it.
was it recommended or did you just
Yeah, it's like popped up on, on Libby. There's available now, and there's like popular books. It popped up on the list as one that was available now.
Oh, cool.
Um, so I grabbed it. It's one of Reese Witherspoon's like book club books.
I
So
love Libby. I think it's such a useful app.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, viewers, tell us in the comments, what are you currently reading or have you read something recently? I just picked up on Libby, All the Beauty in the World.
Mm,
I just started it, but it's like a guy who gets a job as a guard at the Met. And
mm.
so each night he gets his assignment of like what gallery he's got to guard, and he just like loves it and like geeks out on like, he'll talk about the Vermeers or the Titians or, in the Egyptian gallery, he said oftentimes the guests will be like, "Is this real? Like, how could this be that old?" Or, like, the questions that he gets and this
So this is
appreciation.
nonfiction.
No, I think it's fiction, but I think the location is real.
Sure. The
But I just
concept
started it.
the concept is nonfiction, but the story is fiction.
I think so.
That's cool. I love that.
Wow, Kristin, I don't know how the time went so fast on this stormy Wednesday morning.
It is getting a little brighter out now, I have to say. We can see the light peeking in just a little bit, which if it takes until 9:30 in the morning for this, light to officially be up, that is so sad.
I know. I did notice the sun is rising a lot later.
It is. It is when gym time comes up at 5:30 in the morning now, it is dark. Terrible.
See, I'm not ready for that. I just got used to the whole summer schedule. And
I know.
anyway, well, this
Now
has been
it's
great.
darkness and hoodies.
Next week, we'll have hoodies on.
There we go. We got it.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing the morning with us. Thanks, viewers, for hanging with us. You've been watching Coffee with Kristin and Tina. Kristin Odell. I'm Tina Prigge. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.